Hello everyone, so welcome to our live session. Today we're going to be doing a live with our academic skills instructor, Susan Thompson. So we're just going to give her a few minutes for her to join our session, and we can just get kick-started with, some tips and tricks on how to really combat this online world of learning. I'm sure this whole first semester has been like a journey for us, but now that we are back into the second version of studying online, let's just see what our academic skills instructor Susan Thompson has to say for us and what kind of tips and tricks she has to give us as well. So we're just going to take a few minutes to make sure that she can join us as soon as she can. Academic skills coming through. Okay. So we're gonna give Susan a few more minutes to join us for this session. But before that, we will be answering any questions if any of y'all have any questions for sure. So if you have any questions, do drop it down in our Dropbox, like in our comment section, and we'll be able to answer these questions as we move forward with our live. Okay. Still waiting. Oh my God. Hi. How are you, Susan?
I'm good, Joanne. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was just telling our viewers that, it's such an online world and it's so important for us to hop onto this live and really learn about what you have to offer and let them know about the tips and tricks of academic skills. But to get the session started, first things first, hello everybody. I'm Joanne. I'm a Champlain College ambassador. And on our live today, we have Susan Thompson, our academic skills instructor from Champlain College. Susan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Joanne. I wanted to check in with you. I wanted to find out how you're doing in this online learning environment. How are things going for you?
Well, great question. Because right now I'm already doing 7 courses or so. And initially, I would say the online world was a complete challenge, especially me being such a people person and just getting this whole world, just pushing it up online, not having that human interaction was definitely a struggle. Even the ways we write essays, honestly, time management, let's say, was so chaotic. And I would say time management was one of my worst struggles this semester, past semester, and I'm still struggling. I'm still trying to manage it, but I'm still struggling.
Well, it's okay. It's something we just have to keep trying different things until we figure out what works for us, right?
Honestly.
So that's one of your challenges right now. We can talk about some of the things that we, I'll meet with students and talk with them about creating schedules. And the thing I say to students a lot of the time is we can't manage time. We're managing projects, right? We're managing things whether it's an essay or whether it's going to a lecture, or a seminar, whatever it is. We're managing these pieces of work we have to do within a set amount of time. So,
exactly.
There isn't creating a schedule isn't just going to magically you work, you've got to kind of now think about, well, now I have to live in that schedule, right? Right? So what works for you? What have you found some of the things that do work for you?
Well, I think really trying to have a calendar is something that's so beneficial. And even when students come in and are really stressed about time in specific, I always tell them okay, why don't you invest in a Google Calendar or, print out a timetable. It could be a weekly schedule or a monthly schedule or a yearly schedule where you just schedule everything in, and then when you have that bird's eye view of your timetable, it really helps you sort out time. I mean, that would be one of my biggest advices. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think that's great. Thinking about short-term planning as well as longer-term planning, right? So whether that's the 4 months for the long term, looking at the school term and putting in all of your deadlines,
right?
But then also the mini deadlines for assignments. So I want to talk to you a little bit about assignment analysis or time management for assignments. Do you actually like, you know, plan out from start to finish how long it's going to take you to do an assignment, the different stages or steps or things you have to do for that assignment along the way. Have you tried anything like that?
To be honest, no, I haven't, but I would like to learn more about it.
Yeah, well, in a little bit, I can just show you our website, but we have something called assignment analysis.
Okay.
And I did this today in an appointment with a student for 2 assignments. And what we do is we look at when an assignment is due, and then depending on the type of assignment, if it's a research paper or an essay, even a reflection, we think about what are the pieces that you'll need to do to complete that assignment, starting with, you know, understanding what is required, right, of you. Maybe that's going to take you an hour, but you're going to read over the instructions. And if it's a 6-page research paper, you're probably going to want to do that 3 weeks before the assignment is due, right? Mm. And then you can figure out, well, do I need to email the professor and ask for more, you know, clarification, that kind of thing. But then, you know, sort of like we go through the whole process. The next thing, maybe doing some preliminary research if it's a research paper. Well, how long is that going to take you, right? And when would you like to have that done? You know, maybe
valid point.
Right, 18 days before the thing is due, or 13 days, or, you know. So really thinking about those steps, because if we don't, what happens? It can creep up on us, right?
That's right.
And all of a sudden we're trying to cram like 20 hours of work into it, which is possible, but it's, you know, is that going to be your best effort?
And I guess one of the biggest takeaways from what you just said right now is that I think planning is really important, and trying to get yourself organized using the tools that are available, which we will get into the session for sure. But I think that's essential. But one thing that you mentioned is that you really spoke about like the coursework, right? And I know that, like, with my personal experience, like this whole online world, there are a lot of reflection papers that students need to write these days. Like, what are your opinions or advices on writing a good reflection paper?
Yeah, well, I have a couple of points for reflection papers, and one of them is sometimes I think we believe that a reflection paper is just as spending a lot of time writing a nice story about what we like about something or dislike, or, you know, but I think part of it is a reflection is, you know, around that, but there's also a piece where you can still write a thesis for a critical reflection paper, right? So a lot of people think, well, that's just for an essay or a research paper. Right. You can still have a thesis or an argument. So if you're reflecting on reading, you can, you know, I think having a thesis is really important because it can help you structure the rest of your reflection, right? So thinking about what question do I want to answer about this piece, right? So, you know, academic skills instructors can work with you to help you figure out, you know, how could I focus a reflection paper a little bit better? Because otherwise, if it's just, well, I like this and I didn't like this, and, well, this was interesting, and then it's just hard for, you know, whoever's marking that paper to kind of see how you're organizing your thoughts, right? And the other thing, sorry, Jen, just let me go. I just have to just get it all. I have to say it all. But the other thing is course content, right? So reflection papers can be tricky because sometimes we think, oh, this is an easy question, right? Because there'll often be a question like, you know, do you agree with this idea? Right. So you'll just start being tempted to kind of write something from your own knowledge or experience. But you have to remember the professor wants to know, what are you learning in the course that helps you reflect on this question? So bringing course content to those reflection papers is really important too.
Thank you, because I'm sorry that I was just butting in, but I wanted to also let you know about the discussion post. I feel like the reflection paper and the discussion posts almost have like a similar way of writing to it. So I guess really paying attention to course content would be very critical. Well, is that right?
I would think so. And I think today in, you know, the online learning world, a lot of the time, not all the time, but discussion posts are designed as, you know, a sort of, not a replacement, but in place of seminars, because we can't go to seminars. So I think with discussion posts, thinking about what would I be doing in seminar, you know, the purpose of this discussion post. is it to kind of interact with some of my, co-students'
Right.
thoughts and all this, right? Someone has to be the first person to post.
Yeah.
But, reading through some of the discussions, if they're available to you, some of the posts, and kind of interacting and engaging with some of the things that other students are talking about too, because, that's what we would do in seminars. We would say, oh, I really enjoyed what Joanne just said, but to build on that, or Joanne's comment made me think of this. So building on each other's stuff.
That is so true.
Reflecting on course content is really important. And the other thing I think with discussion posts is planning them out in advance, like writing, getting a Word document rather than sort of composing it right on the discussion board, writing it ahead of time, checking, maybe a little bit of your grammar and spelling and organization, sentence structure and that before you go in and post it. I think that's important too.
Thank you very much. That was a lot of points. I wish I was writing them down instead of doing the live right now.
You can save this and watch it later.
I know, I'm going to say, yeah, of course, like all our viewers know that this video is going to be uploaded, so you can always come back and, listen back into what some of the points that Susan had just highlighted in terms of discussion posts, in terms of time management and reflection paper. So Susan, we kind of touched upon this topic, but where can students exactly find the resources surrounding academic skills? Is there like a website that we need to go to? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I will show. Now, let me see, Joanne, because I'm not the best with, this is my very first Instagram session. So everyone.
And you're doing great.
Look, see?
Oh, yeah.
How did I?
Loud and clear.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is our website, everybody. And if we just go to our home, let me go here, welcome page. You can see the address is torontou.ca/academic skills. And this is where we have guides that cover a lot of the things I just talked about. So if you go to our how-to guides, here is a whole section on how to manage your time. And then we have this how to write in university section. And another section that's really good for right now is how to learn online. I got it from that little box on the side. And we have lots of resources for online learning with some little videos that academic skills instructors have created. This is a cool little method called the Pomodoro method for getting your work done. So you can watch the little video here, and it talks about breaking longer, sort of big tasks down into manageable chunks, like say 25-minute chunks, and then taking breaks. So it's a really excellent time management tool. So this is our website, and I encourage everyone. We've got so many good resources on here. We need a whole 2 or 3 hours to do that. So should I switch back to me?
Yes.
And so I wondered if you could, are you going to be able to show students how they can book an appointment with academic skills? Maybe we could.
Thank you.
Let's book one for you.
Okay, so I'm going to do a flip of my own here. So let's see. Okay, so hello, everyone. So basically, I would always strongly recommend to always try to do your bookings through your MyTrend portal. So firstly, this is going to be your MyTrend portal. I would say just open it real quick and then click onto the supports tab, which is right under the search button. So the minute you click onto the supports tab, you're going to come across academic support. So you have advice. You could book drop-ins through academic advising. You can have academic skills appointments, booking Peterborough academic skills appointments right here. So I would suggest clicking onto this, and we'll take you to your career portal. And on your left side, just scroll down and click on the Peterborough campus appointment bookings. And then there you have it. You have all your major appointments where you can actually book them. And we have academic skills right there shining, calling out its name for you all to book. So make sure you click on and really utilize what the resources that Trent has to offer. And thank you, Susan, for like really showing us a website as well, because there are a lot of resources that I don't think many students really are aware of, especially when it comes to citations like APA style, MLA, Chicago. You can really get confused, but the resources that are posted online can really give you that clarity. And now that all of you know how to book an appointment, please do book an appointment. Really, Susan's out here to help you all really do a wonderful research paper or whatever that is that that is required during our online world right now. But with that being said, Susan, is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers today?
I think just everyone, you're doing an amazing job. I'm seeing some wonderful work from students. I'm really enjoying working with students, whether it's time management, whether it's just checking in, helping you plan an assignment, whatever it is, doing some research. We're just here. We're all here. The last thing I probably should say, Joanne, is that you don't have to be a Champlain College student to book with Champlain. You can book at any college, and same goes, you can book anyone. So although we're situated in a college, which is so wonderful because I get to work with you, Joanne. Yay. I miss you.
I miss you too.
I know. We'll be together again soon, for sure. Yeah. But hang in there, everybody. You're doing great. Come and see us for, anything you want to work on in terms of academic skills. We're here for you, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for our quick Academic Cells Live session today, and talk to you all soon. Bye.
Bye.